not in groups. Don't want that. Sigma be air, and we'll get a 2022 Chinook. Okay. Banch, call in, ready for TP.
Charlie 1, this was 0 Bravo. Get ready for TP. Out.
He's bad.
1-1 taking east, northeast.
Just call straight into a school circle, Banch.
Charlie 1, this was 0 Bravo. School circle behind the chinny. Out.
You can start, Banch. I'm just going to get the Chinook ready.
What if I want to make like a cult circle?
I got your back.
Not even a
Thanks,
circle.
man.
We do need this.
I rate your post-op treatment 9 out of 10.
I see 1-2, I see 1-3, and I see 1-1 in between 1-2. Alright. Welcome, everyone, to a beautiful thing called the air assault lesson. We will be going through this with Spittle in exchanging, so let's start with the main thing. So there's a so-called spectrum of air mobile warfare. Does anyone have any ideas on parts of the spectrum? Go on. Yep, that's air land. That's one of them. Anyone else? All right. So besides air landing, there's also airborne operations. They're dropping men and equipment into mostly enemy territory. Air assaults, use of airframes to deliver troops to an objective within or close to direct fire range. So mostly using smaller rotary wings or Chinooks if there's a lot of us. And air mobile, which is use of airframes to maneuver troops around the battlefield, which is pretty much what we do 80% of the time when we go around shooting people. So the main two that we will be covering today will be the air assault and air mobile warfare types. Now, Fiddle, do we have more airframes or just...
Oh yeah, I can give them for you. Give a second.
Yeah, that'd be great. So there are going to be a few airframes dropped in front of us, and I will ask one person from each section to identify them, and for extra credit, give the call sign for it as well. So, let's see, Jonas, what is that?
Apache.
All right, and what is his call sign?
Couldn't tell you.
Right, so all Apache rotary wings in our unit are call sign Archer. For those who don't know, now you know. Alright, 1, 2, see. Yeldum. What is that? Over there.
Abomination.
You're goddamn right it is. I can't remember the name of that one off the top of my head right now.
Anyone else in
He's
1,
a
2?
wizard. Merlin.
Yes, it is a Merlin and call sign. Anyone?
Let's see.
No one's gonna know the call sign because we never use it. So.
Right, so
Call sign.
for future reference, the call sign for the Merlins is Reaper. Moving on to
Rapier.
it says Reaper here.
No.
Spittle.
It's definitely not Reaper.
Rapier. Right, sorry,
We'll
my
just call
bad.
it Rape.
Anyway, anyway, chaps, the reason why we're telling you this is obviously we have instances where we have lost or we don't have as signalers. And if, for example, all of company command who are the next normally on, and if I've died, I'll hop onto the flight net as well. If you are the next in line and you need to get in touch with flight either to get inserts back in, resupply in, or just to call in CAS to save yourselves, then you're going to know the call signs, because that's their call sign they'll be using on the net to call. So that'll be what you want.
Right. Gilly, that thing behind you right there.
Microphone muted.
Come up in the air.
Helicopter.
You're not wrong.
Go whoop whoop.
Right, so that is a Wildcat, and the call sign is
Not a clue.
You'll never
Wildcat.
guess this one.
Oh, fair enough.
right. 1-1. Let's see, Edlich. That thing over there.
I have no fucking clue.
Right, so that would be a Griffin, and the call signs for these are either Afghan or Spectre. And actually, we're gonna have
Microphone activated.
Murray. That thing.
Chinook.
Yes, and the call sign?
Pegasus.
Yes, very well done.
Who's?
Very well done. All right, Spittle.
Yeah, because that's a big giveaway right there.
Not sure what you're talking about.
Cool. Right, so basically what I'm going to cover now is the air operations groupings. So this is basically the ideal sense once we have enough men and material, and it's basically how we would organise ourselves on the insertion. Now, obviously, Foxtrot 5-2 has now become and rolled in Pathfinders at the moment, just because Foxtrot 5-2 was low on numbers. So if we, for example, had Pathfinders still, they would be included in this. So essentially, you got 3 groupings. You have the reconnaissance element, you have the assault wave, and then you have the follow-on wave. So the reconnaissance wave, essentially your preliminary, they will go move in first. You could have a reconnaissance in strength if you had the men and material to do so. Essentially, that's going to be pushing in to get some initial eyes on the ground and the AO, just so that your main force comes in and doesn't land itself on a whole brigade. Any questions about that? Now, for us at the moment, it would probably be more or less an Apache or a drone that would be put into the sky to go and survey the area. So you have the assault wave. This is going to be us basically. We'll move in with the main assault group that can contain FSG with us as well. We're basically be the main amount of material coming in and will be the point of contact on the enemy. Excuse you. You basically can have an escort serial, so that can be essentially our flanking forces, just so that we are secured. Obviously, that's then the assault serial, that is us, and then you have the echelon serial as well, which can be securing our rear areas, or it can be bringing in additional supplies, material, or FSG further back if they're setting up mortars. Does that make sense for everyone? Any questions? Happy days. And then you have the follow-on wave. This is basically reinforcements. So obviously that can either be AI for us, or 2 Platoon, or for example it could be our reinserts coming in, because you guys love dying. Okay, so that is the air operation groupings. That's what we'll aim to do. So essentially that gives command and operations a guide of how we conduct ourselves, and that's essentially the principles we'll be following. Is there any questions about that principle? Happy days. Okay. Hall.
Yep.
Give me one of the principles of air operations.
Speed. You want to make sure from the landing, obviously you want to dismount quickly and get out, because when the Chinook is landing, it is very vulnerable, or the Afghan or whatever you're getting out of. You don't want to sit there and dado around, so then the landing zone gets compromised, and then if the Chinook or something goes down, then you're all pretty screwed.
I said it's a general good concept to follow, but that's not one of the principles of the air operations. Basically, it's to give people a bit of clue, because I probably haven't done this in quite a long time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words together, and essentially encompasses the whole first foot on the ground to last foot back into the Chinook or helicopter. Let's go for another IC. Doesn't it? Gilly, give us one if you can remember.
I don't know, mate. Never been
All
told
right.
them.
Who we got over here? Smith.
Yeah, honestly got no idea off the
All
top
right.
of my head either.
All right, we'll cover it then. Basically, this is our aim to what we want to do as we push in and then extract back out. So, first one is going to be find enemy location. So it's essentially because obviously before we can ingress with the helicopters, we've got to know where we're going, what we're going to be fighting. So that will be our reconnaissance force. Fix, so that basically when we get in there, we want to make sure the enemy does not escape away from us, because otherwise what was the point in us assaulting onto their position using helicopters? We could have taken our time with it. So we want to make sure the enemy force has no way of escaping. For us, that's most likely either Apache on station to cut them off from reinforcements, or preventing them from escaping, or we have cut-off groups of ourselves, such as we do in an ambush. We then have the strike, that will be our initial assault and push through into the enemy location. Exploit, that will then be push further through, clearing that ground out in that location. Sustain, that could be possibly bringing in more supplies, more reinforcements, expanding our defensive area, or again, dealing with a much larger force once we gain initial foothold. And then the final one is extraction. That will be essentially getting the Chinooks in, bringing us out effectively, without sustaining massive casualties as we withdraw. Those are the 6 principles of the air operation, and encompass essentially your 6-section battle drills for air operations. Any questions there? Smith, what was the second one?
Fixed.
Lovely. Gilly, what was the fourth?
Sustain.
No, it's what your uncle did to you.
Right, that was exploit. So we got find, fix, strike, exploit, sustain, and extract. That's essentially our 6-section battle drills for air assault. Okay, Banch, over to you. I'm just going to get rid of these helicopters.
Yep. So, now that we have a basic understanding of how everything goes with air assaults, we'll start going through the types of air assault formations. So the first one, if the Chinny is still behind me, yes it is the rear ramp assault formation. So it is pretty much what we do, again, 80% of the time, where we dismount through the back of the Chinny, facing the enemy. So the procedure is as follows. The formation is to adopt. The formation to adopt, is an angular semi-ARD. So again, we're pushing out from the back of the helicopter and making an ARD, but more of a slightly bent, extended line at the back of the helicopter. Now, one thing to know is that when we are dismounting, the spacing in between your bods in your sections and other sections should be as small as possible. So say about a meter or so. Now, this is done to avoid the guns on the sides, as the Chinook has the guns on the sides, which means that our goal as infantry is to watch the back of the Chinook, as it is not able to very well defend its back. Therefore, we get out the back and we hold there until the Chinook adjusts and we are told to move off. So that's so far up. Then what has happened before with what we were doing is that the sections would pile out. So the first section out would go out forwards, and then the sections on the sides would out too much and have people in front of the miniguns, which is, well, not the best thing, not the best place to be there. And this is mostly due to, first, an angle that is way too wide. Edlich, what are you doing with your ATP out? All right. Anyway, yeah. So again, we're trying to not in front of the Chinny and keep the spacing up much tighter until everyone gets out and Chinny dusts. Now, remember that in this quote-unquote ARD or bent extended line, the whole platoon must fit. So again, spacing small and try to be as close to each other as possible as sections as well. Now, if you turn around and look at our friends here, you'll see what I mean by slightly bent extended line and the spacing as well. All clear so far? Any questions?
We're in 2023.
Right. Moving on. The dismount procedure that we currently hold is as follows. So, step one, we always operate using a reverse load in order. So, first in inside the chinny is the last section to get out of the chinny, right? So, if we get in within orbat order, 1-1 gets in, 1-2 gets in, 1-3 gets in. When we're getting out, 1-3 gets out, 1-2 gets out, then 1-1 gets out. On final approach, there will be a standby called on Platoon net, and as the Chinook comes to land, we will call a standby to debus. Now, on call of debus, when the pilots allow us to debus, Platoon command will call something like 1-1 dismount, 1-2 standby. This is so that we don't all pile out of the helicopter at the same time, as well, it's counterintuitive, and one well-placed RPG can take out the whole platoon. So, again, there will be a standby called, then Platoon command will go through the dismount, tell every section when to stand by and when to dismount. Every time the first element that gets out will dash forward and form a baseline away from the airframe, and they will be facing the enemy, right? So straight out of the chinny, that way. Now, the distance you're going should be 2 bounds, so 2 times in your head, I'm up, they see me, I'm down. Right, so a bit farther than these guys are, but in general, similar distance. Once they're in place, again, section command will call that everyone is out of the whole section is out of the airframe. This is when Platoon command will call 1-2 dismount. In this case, the second element to dismount will move to the left side of the first element and set up that side of the ARD. Again, call out that everyone is out, and then the third element will dismount and move to the right side of the first element, building up the extended line / ARD. Remember, things to remember for the main thing is Platoon command controls the dismount. Do not get out earlier than you need to, and additionally, do not forget to call out. This is for ICs, more for ICs. Don't forget to call out when everyone in your section is dismounted as well. Any questions?
Yes. So, do we ever change which side the second section goes, depending on the battlefield?
Normally, no, unless there's a numbers issue. But if there is a numbers issue, and say we have one section that's 4 people and 2 sections that's 8 people, we will most probably just have that small section embark last, so that they're first out and they're holding the main side, so that we have equal numbers on the sides of the line. But in general, rule of thumb is first element out, it goes forwards, second element out goes left, and third element goes right. Anyone else? All right, Spittle, back to you.
Cool. Just a point to note as well there, chaps. So obviously you quite often see me, essentially around, almost like this point here. As you dash out, form your semi-ARD, just ignore me and Platoon command. Obviously that's our point in the formation. Completely ignore us. Just, you know where you gotta go. And just before I get rid of them, everyone have a final look at the semi-ARD, just so you're happy with the spacing and it's a general shape. Okay, so now, so that is what I would say is your standard, like Banch said, 80% of what our D-buses. That's normally for our air operations. We can use that for a air assault, but as you can see, it's essentially a Normandy assault craft coming in as soon as that ramp drops. So one machine gun on over there somewhere, it can light us up. So we would not typically use that for air assaults, but we can use it for air assaults if we deem it necessary, or if that's the only airframe we've got, or as well, it's the toughest airframe we've got, so it can take quite a few hits. However, ideally what we'd like to use for an air assault is this bugger, the Griffin. The reason being is that, one, it contains a smaller amount of men, so basically it would require us to take 3 Griffins for the platoon. Thus, if one gets shot down, it's not the entire platoon gone, it's only one section. Unfortunate for you, but again, I'm thinking about the whole platoon, not an individual. So again, gives us more survivability, a bit more flexibility as well. I can drop you at your specific point. You need to get into the assault. So, in terms of the formations we have, there is one such as what's called one-sided rush. Essentially, it is you dismount from one side of the airframe. Unfortunately, Arma 3 doesn't quite allow us to do that. So, essentially, what we're going to have is what's called the two-sided rush. So, essentially what would happen is, as per the side of the airframe you got into, you would dismount on that side. You would then dash forward, as per your normal up the C and down, and then form essentially a fire team baseline on that side of the aircraft, as I will now show. And there you have it. So you get, oh, is there a bush? Hold on. Let's move this guys out of the way a little bit. Right, there you go. If you turn yourselves around, you can see them there. So basically, they're going to dash out their side of the airframe and then form that fire team extended line on their side and immediately go prone. Now, again, spacings are tight, just so that you can get into that formation, because immediately you're going to step off as soon as that airframe dusts. This should be a very short and sharp operation. Should be straight down, D-bus, form baseline, off. Okay. Does everyone understand the principle there?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy, pretty standard. Essentially, get out your airframe, form a little extended line with your fire team. As soon as the airframe dusts off, you then reform with your section and then you push off to your objective as per IC command. Okay, happy days. Pilots, you got anything to add? Silence has got...
Actually, one thing I will add is that some of these airframes will have mounted guns on them, specifically for this air assault part. So ICs will be at their discretion for who they choose to get on the guns, and only fired once pilot discretion is given.
Yeah. Additionally on that as well, obviously the guns will be cleared and hot to engage as we push into the air assault. However, those guns must be put back onto safe as soon as it lands, because again, you don't want to have your gunner firing off a minigun whilst you've just called D-bus. I'm pretty sure you can imagine what's going to happen there.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah. So, essentially, if you imagine 3 lots of this airframe you got in front of you with this fire teams either side, that would be our full platoon, essentially then. Now, again, ideally, you'd want to form people up on the one side of the airframe and dismount them that way, but again, Arma 3 doesn't allow us to do that. So, we've got to do with what we got. Is there any questions regarding the formations we just covered? Alright. Does anyone need ammo, AT, med supplies? No. Right.
I spell a quick question.
Yes.
So, obviously after we debus on the two-sided rush, it's after this point it's IC's discretion. So, for example, if we had an enemy to the northeast or the southwest, we can immediately then form up after the airframe deep, like as soon as it departs. Yeah?
Yes. As soon as that airframe departs, you resume back to your normal standard procedures and your normal section formations at that point.
Sweet.
Yes, Peach?
It's worth noting that depending on how much fire you're taking, the airframe may not depart.
Yeah, well, that's obviously going to be a discretionary position. Maybe
yeah.
that pilot goes down, you can hear the aircraft spill down at that point.
I would say as well, if ICs you see that the airframe has not taken off after probably more than 5 seconds, 10 seconds once everyone's out, assume it's gone fatal, and then just move off and continue your assault, because speed is essential in the air assault. So at that point, just forget what they're doing, crack on with your objective at that point. Just whatever you do not walk into that bloody tail rotor.
It's so boring still.
Pretty fell on it.
Right. Bods, 2 minutes. IC's on me. Stone with me, please. Oh. Pelly, could you go over here, please?
Yes, of course. I'm just sneaking this in. Why not?
What?
It's good to know that flight is running on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it. Ever since Hendrix came in, it was 3.5 cylinders at best.
Oh god. Misfiring. Okay, chaps, are we happy with what we're doing at the moment?
I'm smart.
Do you want 2 ICs, Special?
Yes, bring 2 Aussies over here.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Come on over, Nails.
Mine's on the phone.
Yeah, battery and yelling, by the way.
Oh?
Gilly?
I know.
You can say
Sorry.
whoever sucks and they'll hear you. Go ahead. Let them know.
Everybody sucks, including me.
We know
For
you suck.
$20, I'll do
I mean, yeah, sucks dick.
Hey.
Right,
That
chaps.
includes you too, Spittle.
I know.
This is a very gay platoon.
Okay, so we all happy with what was going on. Now, in terms of when you're on the ground, air assaults is probably the one point where you need to be clear, concise about what you're doing. In terms of formations, maneuvers, everything needs to be quick, sharp, and essentially to the point of what you're doing. There can't be any fannying about, because as soon as there's delay or confusion, that's where this whole thing will start falling into the pot. So just remember your drills, your clap, your formations. Just assume that your bods know your formations. If you've got recruits that don't know what they're doing, you can't handhold them for this one. This is a case of you need to go balls to the wall, they'll have to follow on. Obviously that's where buddy teams come in handy. But essentially, as soon as we get onto the ground, it's going to be all hell let loose, hopefully. And again, just remember there's a high risk with air assaults. We couldn't end up getting completely killed, but hopefully that's when the reconnaissance elements and the forward elements would have decided that yes, this is the best approach, or it's the only approach. So just expect sometimes that these things can go pear-shaped. But additionally, that gives us the chance to practice our drills of extraction and platoon withdrawal. Okay, so any questions before we push off? So we should.
Can I quickly explain that to my bods?
Yes, but additionally,
recruits.
we will be essentially conducting an air mobile maneuver first. So we'll be Chinook insertion. We'll complete that. We'll review that, and then we'll move off then to the air assault phase. Then once we get both those nailed out, we're then essentially then free to the for the night to do more of what we got to do until we've satisfied ourselves, basically.
Oh, the lollies are back.
Peach, what is the omens?
Banana.
No, I don't like banana. No.
I like bananas.
Banana, like you never have like fun bananas.
All right.
Can I have some?
ICs, brief your blods. I'm just gonna liaise with the Zeus.
Right, then push off.
My lollipops are too
Right,
strong.
Stone, how are we tonight?
Dear.
You cannot handle my
Stone?
potions.
You muted, mate.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So I got
Sky
2
Oxley.
zones.
Well, you're not fucking
First and second, so you can see the
Wow.
numbers.
Ah, yes.
Lick my ramen lollipop.
Yes, so I
Too
used the
much.
one you
Too much.
above there.
Right, we're probably going to go
you
to
have
like T1,
Some
probably,
free
right?
space around, which should be free for the
Possibly. For the Chinook,
air
at least,
mobile
so it'll
assault.
be a Chinook insertion.
Oh no, never mind. That's
They should be outside
FSG
of the
shooting
fires.
miles,
Fire.
Okay.
range.
No, the T1 doesn't target.
Where's the
Let's
actual
go on
objectives,
this
though, in here?
Area 1 over here.
Here.
Right, okay, so this is the objective 1.
Why is
So they had to just
I need to
put
fix
their
this.
thing in the flight
This is
path of
annoying me.
everything, so we have to go around it.
I think what's more impressive is that they've managed to
There
put
is a base.
T3 outside of
Oh,
this.
Some artillery guns.
No.
Capture
Yes.
it.
Objective.
That is
There we go.
example.
Is this the air assault or the air mobile?
Air mobile assault.
You got
Is
to,
anyone,
Okay,
is anyone
and then where's the
played
other
Elden
one?
Ring?
Over here.
Yeah, I can see it,
watched
but where's the
Oh shit.
mission objective?
Give me a second.
French. Did you? No. You've watched it. Do you know the first game boss, Peach?
It's
What, the guy on the horse?
Nah, it's
perfect.
Margit, the guy
Right.
yeah, with the
Yeah.
horns. Yeah, yeah. So
Can we
apparently there's
land
someone
anywhere here?
Since the game was released,
Can we-
has
can
now
we land
finally
anywhere there?
beat Market for the first time.
It's not seen on the map, but there
I
are
mean, it
some
wasn't
free
easy,
spaces
I
around.
understand, but if
Like
you-
here, here.
Alright, we're gonna need to recce this
I
then.
know it was hard.
Uh,
It's not.
Poor
See,
lad.
it's not on the map much.
Assault.
It is Virolati, so.
Yeah, I
You get
noticed
to
that.
experience the game after everyone else has already experienced
Right,
it.
okay. Thank you, Stone. We'll conduct air mobile first, and then we'll move on to air assault. I'm on 33.3, so if you need to contact me, I'm on that then.
User left User joined your channel.
Alright. Pelly, or Peach? Pelly and
What?
Peach, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so for air mobile operations, we've got this as our objective. If possible, I would like a HLS.
As long as you
Sure,
don't say
Charlie
it,
1,
please
this is
say
1
yes.
0 Bravo. Hard hats on from this point.
I would
out.
like a HLS either here or here.
That's pretty far.
Wait, it's an air mobile, it's not an air assault.
Okay.
Everything should be an air assault.
Basically, it should not be within direct fire range on landing.
This is a really good landing spot.
Yeah, it's good enough for the approach.
Got some.
And with the hills,
Yes.
I'm happy.
So we'll have this as our HLS. Second objective for
Especially
the
this
air
way.
mobile. I'm going to need you to do some reconnaissance up there because I can't see where the HLS might be. This is air assault, so we would require a within direct fire range and immediate firefight on landing. So I'd need you to scout this area out for that possible LZ.
Wait, who's scouting?
You, because I can't see via map where the obvious
What?
answer is.
But what should we be scouting?
I need you to find a HLS that gives us a air assault location so we have direct fire on as soon as we land.
Oh, on the second one?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you can see that on the map. I mean, this.
I mean,
it doesn't help
there.
that this
We can
map
use.
is
I mean,
fucking-
it's literally just the road. That's all we got.
Again,
No other
yeah,
place to land.
flat
but I
as
mean,
well, right?
I want you to recce it, so like
Yeah?
properly scout it out and see what we
Mobile
got.
is 1 chinny.
Remember, we're on
Okay.
VT7 because the
That's
terrain
true.
might be lying, you know. Right.
But we can go with 3 still, yeah?
Okay. Yeah. So let's get the Chinook ready to go.
Getting it horribly wrong.
Do 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 do.
Yes. So what'll happen? I guess
Right.
I'll go in with
Bench with me.
Chinook-wise. You can take somebody and go with an Apache.
Bench
to
with me.
scout that area. Does that work for you?
What area?
The scout area 2 for, I guess, the landing of the 3 Griffins.
So, okay, so 1 Apache to scout that out.
Yes.
Ass. Hit camera and the pilot.
No, you go with the gunner.
Huh?
You can be gunner, you can be pilot. That's fine.
Bench.
Go scout it. Yes.
I
2
don't
will
know,
go to the
who's
first
tuned
objective, 2
into
will go
this.
to the second one.
Dip fly, who wants to be
Bench.
gunner?
Are you on net for the short range?
Okay, not at the same time, guys.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
What net you on?
Okay,
I stopped
perfect.
listening.
What net you on? Short range.
Okay.
69.2.
I thought that was us. Then
Come
giving
with
Kelly
me.
no.
That's the koi one.
Yeah, lying to me.
Will actually be flying.
Yeah, there we go. On the proper net.
Yeah, but why is he on the koi one then?
Yeah, I said 6. I said,
69.9,
yeah.
isn't it?
No. It's 0.2. I always thought yours was 69 because that's what Lewis wanted. He wanted 69.
0.9.
Right. So, Bench, we're going in via here using air mobile. I put your markers down. You can now make a plan.
Okay, well, I've got to change Venom to 0.2 now.
Yeah. So plan of action. If you open the map, just so you can see what you'll be flying.
Isn't that the same?
Let me know you can see everything.
Charlie 1, this is 1 0 Bravo. Call in with numbers for your sections tonight.
Wild.
Over.
South along the
117, over.
eastbound along the southern area.
125, over.
To the area,
136,
and then
over.
you'll drop
Right.
here and land at HTS Mobile
Ladies and
facing
gentlemen,
southwest.
Gibbons,
So
the
we're right.
kindergarten teacher.
Smith, get off yelling.
Alright.
They are facing southwest, yeah.
Hello, 1-1 Delta, this is 1 0 Bravo. You're on layout yelling.
Get
Out.
of the HLS, and then turn a little bit to the right.
Right.
No, I don't know. Are we taking this Chinook?
So just a quick, short, sharp plan doesn't need to be elaborate. Just something
Why?
quickly onto paper.
Yep. Do I need to tell you about it, or?
Very briefly, yes. But again, these are very close spacing, so I'd space them out a little bit because again, they're probably that's going to be one section length essentially there.
That's 100 meters right here. No?
Yeah, but remember you got it's not that's from the dot. You're gonna have a section like that, and then another one like that.
You mind if I go upstairs for a couple of minutes? My ear's killing me.
Yeah, we will be setting off shortly then, McCarthy.
Yeah, no worries. Just like throw me into the plane.
Basically, what I mean though, Banj, is that you have mobility to use essentially, so you can get flanking fire, spread them out a little bit more. Now, obviously, if you're trying to make a defensive line, that's both good having a concentration, or it could be bad if you've got a high artillery target.
I'm just thinking if I should put 1-2 for SPF from this side or from this side.
You could do both, and then pincer.
So 1-2 in the middle then. Yeah. So and so. Then 1-2 holds here, and 1-3 and 1-1 go in for pincers from the sides.
Yep. I'll just put your final RV just on the other side. Just that'll be the RV location.
Yep. Now 1-2 is the smallest, 1-3 is 6, and 1-1 is 7. So
forget about numbers tonight. Just do the principle. Just don't concern yourself with it. Cool. Yep. Call me in for brief.
Charlie 1, this is 1-0 Bravo. 1 IC's on my position. Out.
Gentlemen?
McCarthy's flushing his ear.
Yep, that's fine. We know. So here's the plan for now. We are going to land at HLS Mobile over here. We are going to conduct a standard dismount at the rear ramp. So as I just taught sections 20 minutes ago. Once there, we are going to move out 2 positions. 1-2. We will be setting up as an SPF formation on this little hill up here. 1-3 and 1-1 will be moving to flanking positions, and once 1-2 opens up, you will be doing a pincer maneuver from the sides, as most of the potential will be on 1-2. Any questions so far?
I have that hill if it's better.
Yeah, if it's better, you can have that hill. It's just like a very tiny hill.
Yeah, it probably won't make a difference, just in case.
Yeah, just in case, sure. No problem. Anything else?
Are we allowed to drop HE?
Sure. There's no fucking, what do you call them?
Civilians.
No civilians here, so.
Just remember, we don't flatten everything. Actually, use your weapon systems, your clearing, breaching drills, and whatnot. They're bringing in little chilling. Mostly
every time the briefing starts, I feel.
Also, is it? Do you want us to like properly cross certain ground with force, or try and keep ourselves kind of concealed?
That is your discretion. You've been given the mission.
I mean, I'd say push in with force, but you know, if it's super, what do you call it, entrenched, then yeah, use the defilades to go around.
This will be your section.
When we're on ground.
This will be your section discretion at this point. You can decide to do a bounding assault forward using smoke, or just firepower. You can do a further flank using defilade, or you could go, this entire area is shit. Hey, 1-0, I need to move further around to the rear to conduct the assault from the rear force. Acknowledge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but if you do choose to go through the defilades, do not go all the way, because you're going to have to go single file anyway. So, like, use a certain, you know, landmark to set up in an extended line and then assault through still.
Will it be China or will it be Russia? Russia, I would
Right.
not.
Any other questions?
Bar being an objective, do we actually have a, like, is it like a compound? What kind of thing?
Entrenchment. Artillery position.
Okay, an artillery position.
Right. So
brief you guys in the Chinook, because that should be enough time, and we'll get going. Peach, have we got a pilot on station with the Chinook?
It's 4.
Yeah, so okay. Banch, free to load them up when you're ready.
Charlie 1, this is 1-0 Bravo. Load up, orbit order. Call in when loaded. Out.
Well, I'm in my seat.
I say, do you want to take the rear gun or something?
No, I always take this seat, mate. My seat.
One then.
This is always my seat.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
hey,
seats are very artistic
Yeah.
description.
It's the crew chief position, okay? It just makes me happy.
Yes.
And then all I have to do is scroll wheel to grab the gun.
Yeah, good
So,
stuff.
in essence,
yeah, exactly. It's my squad.
assaulting an
Get my exercise
position,
into that.
we are one of the flanking forces. We're going to open up, and then we're going to
Hold
push
on.
in over Hospital.
1-0 all in now.
What? Did you ever ask him?
Batch, it's the side.
That's true.
It's the side. WSO.
Going to one of the streams, Pete.
Yeah. Weapon systems operator. So why you get that gun? Spell, you all in?
Yeah, we're all in.
Okay, yeah, clear.
Hello, Zeus, this is 1-0. Be advised, we are en route now to objective air mobile. Out.
Clear base.
Hello, Sunray, this is 1-0. Be advised, we're conducting air mobile operation. Out.
You can turn on your
Wild.
I was gonna do an old, I think from the past is offline right now. Yeah, I was gonna do a stuff.
Say again? Didn't hear a word of that.
I was gonna do something from the past. If you were on the intercom.
Do it.
Fine.
Off intercom. Hello, 1-1 charge, 1-0 send message over.
1-1, one of my bosses just realised that 1-3 and 1-1 are going to have to cross paths as we're last out, we're going to be on the right, not getting out. So if we switch sides, we'll be not having to cross paths, push to our position over.
1-0, negative, do not confuse the drill. Position notes, which moved away from the HLS, so it sounds like that. Out. Okay, Banch, the dismount will be on you.
Aye, aye. Charlie 1, 10 Bravo, PTS, out.
Thirty seconds, Banch.
30 seconds. 1-1 Charlie. 1-3 Charlie. Stand by to dismount. Out.
As soon as it hits the ground, Banch, call.
1-3 dismount. 1-2 stand by to dismount.
No worries.
Enemy patrols in the forest spotted. Be advised. Move the platoon now.
Hello, 1-0, this is 1-2 Charlie, Mr. Over.
1-0 Bravo, send over.
1 Charlie, pushing off 50 meters into the tree line, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that. Other sections do the same. Out.
1-0 Bravo, this is 1-1 Charlie. Do you want us to start pushing off towards Marcus or just holding the trees for now, over?
Break. Hello, 1-0, this is 1-2 Charlie. BTR front, over.
Shit. Shit.
1-0 Bravo, seen. It's down now. Out. Charlie 1, this is 1-0 Bravo. Set up platoon extended line, push towards markers now. Out.
Thank you very much.
Gibbons.
Yeah?
I just fired 2 rounds and got a jam.
1-0 Bravo, this is 1-1 pushing behind platoon to
I did, yeah, I think they're fine. That's what we had before.
Imagine not cleaning your weapon correctly. SME.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
you.
imagine you have a dirty weapon.
1-0 Bravo, roger that.
I'll be 10 seconds.
Double time it so that you can push off with the rest of
I'll have you on
platoon.
charge, by God.
Thank you.
Out to you. Hello, 1-3 Charlie and 1-2 Charlie. Hold until 1-1 is in position. Out.
Alright. Right, Banshee using Russian standard equipment.
Great. Charlie 1-0 Bravo, be advised. Enemy combatants seem to be carrying standard Russian equipment. Out.
Hello, 1-0, Charlie, contact forever.
1-0 Bravo, send over.
1 Charlie, taking sporadic first southwest, not sure if it's at us though, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that. Liaise with 1-3 and assault through. Out to you. Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo, message over.
1-1 send over.
1-0 Bravo, what is your current position, over?
Right, 1-3, contact, we have. Hello, 1-0, this is 1-3 Charlie, contact report, over.
1-0 Bravo, send contact report, over.
1-3 Charlie, be advised, we have contact here from 100 meters, I-1 type enemy section engaging now, could do with friendly assistance, either from north or south, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that, out to you. Hello, 1-1 Charlie, move 200 meters west and then push north to support 1-2 and 1-3. Out to you. Hello, 1-2 Charlie and 1-3 Charlie, maximum firepower towards your enemies. Mark them up on map. That's the message again. 1-1 is coming in to intercept. Out.
Hello, 101 Charlie, contact over.
10 Bravo, send over.
Charlie, seems like it's one section to the southeast. Permission to push forward and sweep through contacts over.
Break. 1-1 BTR. Destroyed.
10 Bravo, 12 Charlie, go ahead. Out to you. Hello, 13 Charlie, hold position as 12 clears out. Out to you. Hello, 11 Charlie. This is 10 Bravo. Can you take it out? Over.
1-1 BTR will be destroyed. Over.
10 Bravo, roger that. Keep pushing towards the west.
Is that another jab?
Yeah, I think maybe the setting is not.
Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-2 Charlie, message over.
1-1 send over.
1-2, could you peel left because currently your right side is in front of our barrels, over.
1-1 roger last out.
Mission is jab.
Hello, 13 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo, sit rep over.
13 send over.
10 Bravo, sit rep over.
13 Charlie, engage contacts. No friendly casualties taken. Contact is dying, although we still have contact to your front. Over.
10 Bravo, roger that. Hold fast. Out to you. Hello, 12 Charlie. This is 10 Bravo. What is your sit rep? Over.
1-2, beginning advance now. No eyes on enemy forces at the moment. Over.
10 Bravo, roger that. In that case, move north and see if you can push through 13's contact as best as you can. Over.
1-2, A-firm. Out.
10 Bravo.
Hello, 11 Charlie. This is 10 Bravo. Hold your current position. Watch southwest for any QRF. Over.
1-1 roger last. Possibly can we move to 1-2's firing position to get eyes on the camp to see if QRF coming in. Over.
10 Bravo, negative. Stay where you are. Out.
199, approximately south.
Peach, I have no idea where that is given across the grid.
You literally stood right behind me.
It's the principle in the matter. Bearings mean nothing to us. You gotta get grids.
They do, because you're right behind me.
No, but I might not be there.
Well, in which case I'll give you a grid. You're right there.
Yeah, give me a proper one. Practice, come on, grids.
12 Charlie, 13 Charlie, message over.
I don't know, fucking grid.
Like, where are you right now? You're next to a T-junction. It's approximately 150 metres away from our south.
Contact is directly to my front. Reference road on the western side. They are coming up from that position. Over.
1 Charlie, roger that. Assaulting now. Much appreciated. Out.
Band, Sarah.
Sitrep is as follows. 1-1 is holding southwestern flank in case of QRF. 1-2 is pushing through 13's contact. Once they're cleared, I will push them everyone into their
1-1
positions.
Charlie, prepping snap ambush at contact southwest. Out.
Additional 1-1 is prepping snap ambush for additional contacts. 10 Bravo, roger that. 1-1 Charlie, what is the strength of the enemy? Over. Spill, got any eyes on what 1-1's
Hello,
engaging?
1-3 Charlie, this is 1-2 Charlie. Have you dealt with this contact?
Negative.
13 Charlie, unsure, although we've dealt with anything, should not us at this time. Over.
Once you roger that, looking to your western flank on that road, you can't see anymore, so I believe
we'll
they're
forget
all dead.
we're even here, basically.
Right.
Because we need to force them to do their job properly.
1013, message over.
10 Bravo, send over.
13, as per 12's last message, would you like us to continue moving forward towards our position? Over.
10 Bravo, affirmative. Move now. Out to you. Hello, 12 Charlie. Move to your position as well. Hello, 11 Charlie. This is 10 Bravo. Contact report. Over.
1-1. There are sandbags southwest on the road. They push. We're going to have to clear through to continue our position.
10 Bravo. Is it possible for you to push back east and go around while 12 sets up? Over.
1-1 Charlie, they are 20 meters south of 1-1's marker. Over.
10 Bravo, roger that. Out.
currently watching 1-2 do a beautiful peel.
I mean, it is 1-2. You should have seen the peels they did in the last 3 CB off.
1-3 in contact, we are. One zero 1-3 Charlie, contact report over.
0 Bravo, send over.
1-3 Charlie, contact, danger close to our west, dealt with 110 enemy force, over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Any casualties, over?
1-3 negative, sections back to green, thanks to the help of 0, over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Continue to your position and call in when ready. Out. Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo, sit rep, over.
1-1, sandbags are unoccupied, pushing towards our position momentarily. Over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Best speed, other sections are at their position or nearly at their position. Out.
User joined your channel.
One 3 looks
1-1
good.
in contact, way out.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, as in 1-3 looks good at the moment.
1-0 Bravo, this is 1-1 contact report, over.
0 Bravo, send over.
1-1, possible enemy force, rear of us, direct east, dealing with them, over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Do you need any assistance, over? Hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo, message over.
1-2, send over.
10 Bravo, did I just see one of your bots fire off a rocket into the enemy emplacement, over?
1 Charlie, negative, I engage the BTR, cancel BMP, destroy now.
10 Bravo, roger that, out. Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. Is an assault from your position tenable, over?
1-3 Charlie, lot of open ground, but I think we can make it work, over.
0 Bravo, roger that. How does the enemy position look from your end, over?
1-3 Charlie, we've got multiple in place barricades and bunkers. Much like a trench clearing, I believe we'd have to move through periodically through the reinforcements from the north, over.
0 Bravo, roger, out to you. Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo, sit rep, over.
1-1, push through contact, dealt with, new contact engaged, southwest of us, on the road about 100 meters out, still nearly on top of our position, ready to assault it.
Banch smoke can be available to you if you want it. Actually, no, just disregard. Use section smoke if you want to.
Yeah, it's only 200 meters from both sides, so UGL smoke should be okay.
Hello, 1-0, this is 1-2 Charlie, sit rep, over.
10 Bravo, send over.
1 Charlie, threaded effective SBF onto the compound, still doing so. Believe we've neutralized the majority of the threat and it should be safe for the other sections to assault, over.
10 Bravo, roger that, out to you. Hello, 1-3 Charlie and 1-1 Charlie. Push into the objective marker. Use UGL smoke if necessary. Move now and call in for 1-2 to shift fire or cease fire when you're close. Out.
In the compound, or?
was that?
User left your channel.
Any
User
notes you've
joined your
taken so
channel.
far?
Alright, 1-1 had a tier 2, but he's okay now.
Have I taken any notes?
Yes. So anything that's been brought to your mind by what you've seen so far?
Yes, lack of comms from 1-1.
Sorry, who say again?
Lack of comms from 1-1.
Yes,
they
I did pick up
moved
that,
off,
yeah.
far off.
1-0 Bravo, this
eight
is
to
1-1.
less.
Enemy reinforcements in the forest west of the compound, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that. Out to you, hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. If you see any enemy contacts behind to the west of the objective, light them up. Out.
Right, what else have you seen? Or heard?
Well, heard? Didn't hear it repeat and said anywhere. Now you're making me anxious.
No, I'm not trying to make you anxious. I'm trying to make you think of... Because again, the whole point of these trainings is to see, okay, what's going wrong, what's going well. And it's always good to write them down because you'll forget at the end of the op. And when you do debrief, you want to say, okay, you did this, this, and this well.
1-0
You did this
Bravo,
and this shit.
1-1 Charlie, enemies flanking round to the south. Delta Fire team dealing with possible attempts on flank maneuver, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that. Do you require assistance, over?
1-1 negative, out.
Right, so there's two things that I've picked up from Jones there. First one is that his comms are a bit too long at the moment. There's a lot of ums in it. And the second one, he's not doing a proper contact report. So from that just then, it should have been enemy force coming around from the southwest, a section strength, require no actions, over. Like things like that. And that way it will make it a lot sharper because the comm length for him is too long right now. But equally, we want to try and find positives in the night, and that's obviously the only way you're going to really get them is by being directly on the section to see how they did. So we need to obviously, gather positives because otherwise it sounds like you're shitting on them. Right, I'm gonna go over to 1-1 if you want to stay with the assault.
1013, message your
1-0 Bravo, send over.
13, be advised, we've entered the compound to the north. Additional, we take 1 times tier 1 casualty. Bring them inside the compound, we'll continue clear afterwards, over.
Oh, Sunray, this is 1-0, be
Bravo,
advised.
roger that.
Tier 1 at 1-3 location.
Enemies coming in from the north of your position, over.
With short negative, although we do have contacts coming from the west, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that. Out.
One
Is that you
Charlie,
putting in the
this
open
is
ground?
1-1 message, over. Hold, put firing.
137, over.
You do realise there's a deflate
1-1
about
Charlie,
50
are you
metres to your
inside the main
southwest.
compound, over?
138 firm on the north side, over.
Right.
1-1, Roger, last out.
Takes one do with a
Hello, 1-2
7.62.
Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. Move north to your new position. Provide SBF from the northern side of the compound against the enemies coming in from the west, over.
1 Charlie, roger that. Out.
Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. Once you have cleared the compound, set it up as a defensive position, over.
138 firm, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger out. Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo, message over.
1-1, send over.
1-0 Bravo, what is your CASM at this time, over?
1-1, Amber. My Delta Fire team is pushing into the main compound now. My Charlie Fire team has taken multiple tier 3s. We're providing support from a exterior bunker, over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Out.
1-2, set a position. Eyes are the same or not worse. Out.
Hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo, message over.
1-2, send over.
1-0 Bravo, if you see any better position to cover
Microphone
the assault, move there, update marker, out. Fiddle.
Yep.
Any positives you've seen for 1-1 so far?
Not directly, because they're in CQB right now. What's the one thing you should probably be thinking of right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Moving the lads through and pushing into the next contact?
That is a good point. It's not my immediate concern, though.
I mean medical, but do we have any medical left?
Not about that specifically. Think about where you are in the tactical situation.
Brain no work. Elaborate, please.
Right, so you just did a pincer movement, which has worked very well in getting to that position. However, what you're having now is the impeding crossfire that has happened because the sections are basically opposite one another. So there's been a crossfire, basically. When this kind of occurs...
Oh, already? Great.
Well, I wouldn't say it's been blue on blue, but there's definitely been red tracers coming over each
1-0
side.
Bravo, this is 1-1 Charlie, 1-2-1 type over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that. Send 0 your way as soon as possible.
Hello, Zero, this is 1-0. Be advised, medical is required inside...
1 Charlie, updated marker now. Out.
Roger, I will move there as soon as I've dealt with 1-3's casualty.
So, in other words, I need to set them up in an extended line of sorts.
How you setting them up is up to you. Basically, what I would say you want to do here is you say for one section to push into the main combat 1 SBF, and then, you know, for them to switch fire themselves. Because you're not going to know when...
Yeah, but that's what I communicated out when they were starting the assault.
1-0, 1-3,
All right.
sure.
I don't think I've heard them call switch
1-0
fire
Bravo, send over.
themselves.
1-3, we've taken the northern side of the compound. We pushed into the main compound to assist 1-1. Additional, we took 1 type tier 1, couple of light wins, but other than that, section's still fighting fit over.
1-0 Bravo, roger. Try to get entrenched in that part of the compound and update your marker to as best as possible. Out to you, hello 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. Have you cleared your part of the compound, over?
1-1 clear, multiple tier 1s now. I'm tier 2 myself, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that. Set up defensive positions as best you can. Help is on the way. Out to you, hello 1-2 Charlie,
Hello,
this is
Zeus,
1-0 Bravo.
over.
Message over.
Just send us a
1-2 send over.
1-0, in approximately
1-0
1
Bravo,
mic, if they have not moved off location, I request a increasing
through the
barrage
north.
on that area of it.
Wait 1 out.
Just roger that. Out.
Hello 1-2 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. Move west and then south along the wood line, then come back to 1-1's marker as a patrol. Over.
1 Charlie, roger that. Would you like us to push through the FRV point? Over.
1-0 Bravo, roger, but no further. Out. Gibbo, do you have any comms with, what's his name? Gibbo. What? Oh, he's here. Okay, never mind. Gibbo, can you help out, 1-1 at any point?
I'm currently with 1-3, mate, dealing with them tier 1s.
Yeah, I'm gonna go help out 1-1 as much as I can then, and push back.
Roger, as soon as I've done, I'll be moving my way
Contact
there.
BTR East.
Charlie 1, this is 1-0 Bravo. Be advised, there's a BTR
Push
coming
round
from
right,
the
push round
east.
right.
I need 1 times AT prep.
Neutralized. BD8 Alpha.
Fire. Cancel out. That was taken out already. Out.
Reckon we got them all, I suppose.
Yeah, interesting.
Or do you want me to fire a GDP at it? See if they fucking run out.
Hello, Zeus, this is 1-0. Could you start that artillery over?
Just affirmative. Out.
Artillery spittle, really.
1 Charlie, control is step up. Out.
Why are you on that net?
I don't know, I guess they have a long range. Charlie 1, this is 1-0 Bravo. IDF incoming. Break.
I am no friend.
1-3 reporting 1 times tier 1 for my DF over.
10 Bravo, roger that. Charlie 1, this is 10 Bravo. As soon as this barrage is over, pick up any casualties, move to your new markers, and set up in an extended line facing west.
Charlie
Over.
just sent me a fucking picture of the second picture layer.
He's sending you intel. What's it look like? What does it Alpha
Come on,
see?
push last out.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm analyzing.
Charlie 1, this is 10 Bravo. Move now. Pick up your casualties.
Platypus
Push
looks good.
west to your new markers. Go.
However, Perish.
Well,
is
you said you
ballsy.
wanted direct fire on them, so.
I mean, that's 400 meters as well within
Somebody
effective
know
fire
what
range.
happened to that BTR?
Yeah, but the trees are
I
in the way.
Spittle. What, the one that's flipped upside down?
1-3 mess short.
No, it's
10
by
Bravo,
me
send over.
1-3, can I get Ned on me ASAP as soon as we get to position over?
10 Bravo, I'll do what I can. Out.
Right, what's happened to them now?
To who?
1-3, I literally just left them.
I guess artillery happened?
I shall keep the image to myself.
Jesus, I just left them all fine.
You know how it goes.
Right, Bench. Why did I drop artillery on you?
Because we took too long to set there.
Exactly, you told the chaps to fortify that position. You should have pushed straight through to that FRV.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's a difference between stay on an enemy
10
position
Bravo, this is
or
1-1
searching the
Charlie.
borders. You can do search, but
Wait, what?
Tier 2, possibly going tier 1 momentarily.
Right.
10 Bravo, roger that. Pretty sure you have a QIC and a medic as well. Call in. They will call in if you go down, and we'll send medical out.
The one along the road.
Yeah.
In essence, basically, you want to push the assault intention straight across, then probably use your reserve element, push in and do searches, because that way you got most of the platoon out of the AO.
10 Bravo, this is Charlie. Sorry for confusion, it wasn't me, it was one of my brothers. He's gone tier 1 now. Out.
Alright.
Bruh.
Hello, Zeus. This is 10. Ceasefire artillery. Out.
Right, I'm by 1-3. If they bring him over here, I can deal with him. I'll make a CCP now.
Zeus heal all entities.
Cool.
Roger.
Is that all I am to step in?
Hello, 1-1 Charlie. This is 10 Bravo. CCP will be set up momentarily. Bring your casualties to the CCP. Out.
Can't believe it.
Alright, Bench. Make an O group behind 1-2. One section.
Say that again?
I'm going to form an O group behind 1-2 on me. Yeah, once everyone's set.
O group?
Orders group.
First time I'm hearing that. So. Thanks.
It basically means ICs.
Charlie 1, this is 10 Bravo. All ICs on my position east of 1-2. Out.
Right, yeah. So, obviously for that is basically push the assault installation straight through. That clears this other side from enemy forces. At that point, you then bring in your reserve element, or in this case the SBF. They'll do a search if you wanted to do a search. If not, you just push them straight through as well. The only reason you would linger there is if there was an enemy force actively engaging you from this point. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but there were dudes coming in from the west, though, weren't there?
No, but we'll talk about it later.
Alright.
Yep.
Everyone here?
No, McCarthy's at
McCarthy's not here yet.
100 meters.
Oh.
You probably stop for a pint on the way.
I really need a piss, like, so bad.
Go ahead, be quick.
I was going to say, get your 2 IC up his mouth and drink it.
Bradford actually liked that.
Okay, no. I've
Let me know
done
when
like a
you
litre of
about
caffeine.
Right.
next HLS.
Bench, give your feedback.
Yeah. So let's start with 1-3. Good contact reports at the start there. Very snappy and information provided well. Movement on the assault done well as well. Did miss a few comms. So working on comms with. I mean, if you're not there, McCarthy, your 2IC is. So just remind him that he is allowed to get on the 2net as well.
What comms did I miss?
Sorry.
What comms did I miss? Just out of curiosity.
A couple like contact reports and sit reps and whatnot. Not a big deal.
The point is basically your 2IC should be covering that.
Yeah.
Rog, cyclist southwest. So you know.
Right.
He blows my section up. I'll inform you guys.
1-2. Very beautiful peel and maneuvering on initial contact out of HLS. One thing that I did see that was a bit questionable for me was the SBF, the opening of fire. Not sure if I misspoke, but I was expecting for you to open fire only when 1-1 and 1-3 were in position and assaulting. But that's, again, not sure if I...
you didn't say that. That was me. I deemed that surprise had gone because there were so many contacts. I was like, fuck it, we might as well engage at this point because everyone knows we're here. But I wasn't... I did think about that in my head, so...
and one more thing, do call out if you're shooting an AT just in case.
Cool.
And 1-1, very good fire team movement from what I saw from where I was. Well done with the movements and the covering and the peels and whatnot. Couple of things. Jones, your comms tend to get very long from time to time. So a bit... I mean, you can provide the same amount of information in less words, is what I'm saying. And additionally, contact reports were a bit lacking. So again, remember, contact report is who are you engaging, how many of them are there are, what are you going to do next, and if you need support. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm having the thing where you transmit over section net when you're trying to track. I've suddenly got that again.
Do the 2 radios. It's fucking saved me. It makes such a big difference. For
How
me.
do you do it? What, do you just have a second radio where you just...
Yeah, I think Spittle showed you. Yeah.
Do you want one? I'll get you one.
How do you do it? So I don't know.
You like switch between them. There's a key. Do you have like a key on your mouse? Because that's what I use as handy. Yeah. So I just press that, and then like 100.1 becomes my thing. So I'm always on caps locks, and it's just so then you're always hearing the additional. So you don't. It doesn't cut out the additional, which is nice. And you just never transmit on additional.
Give us the rest of the night, by the way, because I literally I'm in so much pee right now.
All right, McCarthy. Is it migraine again?
No, well, it's a blocked ear. That's what caused my migraine the last time, and it's just fucking getting really sore now.
If you've not used your AT, and if somebody has used your AT in section, just change it over.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around, either follow them around and be a silent.
All right, yeah, happy with that. Crack on then.
Yeah, and last point for 1-1, when we were at the HLS over here on the map.
Yep.
You said you would be peeling behind the platoon.
I said I'd be moving behind the platoon.
Yes. Let me finish. You said you'll be moving or peeling or behind the platoon. Doesn't really matter at this point. However, the order was to set up an extended line, and you said you'll be moving behind the platoon, which means you're moving to the other side of the platoon, but you're still going to an extended line and not moving off to your position. Because at the point where I called, what is your position, you were about 300 meters away from the rest of the platoon, and you could have been ambushed very easily.
I can explain that. Because I saw 1-2 was like about there, and I wanted to put my Delta 5 in there and myself there. I led.
So how did you end up here at the moment when I called you in?
Because they were there, and I put myself here. My section's quite long when I space out.
I did ask him to push because he was in front of us, so
yeah, I had to move my entire Delta 5.
Yeah, but still, keep range and don't go off too far, because that could have ended catastrophically, to say the least.
We'll come back to this. It sounds a bit more of a major point in the main debrief. Just things that I brought up. So 1-2, I saw a really nice peel getting used to move to a different position. That was good. 1-3, I didn't see a lot of what you did. Apart from your just general moving up, which seemed to be alright. Just keep an eye on Mortis on your left-hand flank, if he is still there. He seemed to get a bit close, I think it was to Flinders. 1-1. Mainly the things that Banch has already covered, but the other thing was you called a break for a BTR that you'd already knocked out. A break is normally, again, it's used for something that it's a threat. You need to know that. You taking out and neutralising a threat is not critical information. Yes, it's useful information for us to know that that BTR has been dealt with, but there's probably more pressing things if they could be on the net. That's normally a comm that could just be done in normal time, because the threat has been dealt with, so it's a lower down the scale.
Sorry, I was kind of calling it as I fired, and then I heard McCarthy, and I went, okay, as I'm firing, I can wait until McCarthy's finished his comm.
Yeah. So obviously you went break a BTR neutralised. So for that, either say break hello Charge 1 BTR coming in northeast out, and then just sort that, and then wait till you fully know it's dealt with, the contents of that have been dealt with, then do the call in. That way, there's a bit of time. Yeah, that's it really. We'll get ready. If you guys want to go back to your sections, just give them any feedback that you saw yourselves, and then we'll make sure that the air assault one is ready. I'll get.
You give me 5 minutes so I can go piss.
Read back
yes,
your mags, and yeah, I really need to piss as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Way
back
too
bench,
many-
we'll brief.
Yeah.
Gibbons, where's he gone? There you go. Where's your signaler? Oh, there he is. Peach?
I am here.
If you want to call flight, if you bring them in here to land with the Griffins, and then we can do a briefing here.
Okay.
3 of them.
Roger.
Is FSG joining?
They've already sent me intel about the landing zone.
Yes, I asked them to do that.
Let me go and find out with FSG.
Hello,
I'll be back in a second.
Can you come in with all of your pilots and your airframes and land at HLS Penn, and then we're going to do a briefing here.
User joined your channel.
1, 2, 3, yeah, the ones we're going to use for the assault. HLS Parish is better, by the way.
Perish is your opinion, okay.
Yeah. Platypus, it looks alright, but there's too much tree cover in the way. All 3 sections will not be able to engage.
Okay. Is that engaged for, like, 10 meters, or is it engaged for a few hundred meters?
It's probably from 3 sections, they're going to have to push through probably about 100 meters of woods before they can get their guns on. Meanwhile, 1-1's going to be shot at as soon as they jump off the helicopter. So I don't think that's time they have.
Alright. Well, then again, I personally would prefer Platypus because it's a better range. Purely because you got the high ground here to perform a cut-off group. You got more flanking options. But I think just to go a bit ballsy and try it out, we can go for Perish.
It depends how many guns you want on the objective at the get-go. If you're happy with just 1 section engaging them, potentially 2, then Platypus is fine.
It's
But
always
if you
ideal
want-
to get everyone at the same time, but again, 100-meter movement should be done relatively quickly. But I think we go for Perish anyway, just to get the air assault feels and vibes.
I mean,
We'll see
from
what
the
Banch
image
has to say, though.
that he's given me as well, you'd be kind of rolling up the enemy line.
Yeah.
With Perish.
So it's
you hit
trench
them from
lines.
the right. Not trench line. I see 3 objects on there. It looks like a fob, actually.
Could you start marking down via the picture if you could?
Not really. It's not a very good picture. It's quite low res.
Yeah, but if you think you see something, just put a red dot in the AO.
I'll try.
Any intel's better than no intel.
Oh god, and then the map on this map is fucking awful, isn't it? Their clearing doesn't even exist on this map.
Hello, Trash 1, this is 1-0. As soon as you have completed your feedback to your pods, call it in when ready to move. Out.
1-2, ready to move. Out.
I mean...
Oh, Peach, who's going to be the leading airframe when they land? Will it be the one furthest to the southeast or the northwest?
Unsure. I'm assuming number 1, which would be the furthest to the northwest.
Have they set off? They're setting off, okay. Hello, Charge 1, this is 1-0. Be advised, Griffins are now en route. They will land shortly. We'll then have a quick briefing for the plan, and then we'll get mounted up. Out.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bob is pretty much on the air assault marker.
Alright.
Looks to be like there's 3 hotspots there, which is 3 vehicles.
So, quadcopter. Oh, okay, I guess I won't.
I fucking knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll get back in a moment. Because that's going to piss Zeus off.
Zeus, give yourself a fucking...
Yeah, just give yourself a new one,
Give yourself a
yeah.
new fully charged one. I know, but just give yourself a new fully charged one.
He's in Zeus.
Yeah, I said it on the radio.
What?
He won't hear you if you did set it on
I
stream.
wasn't
Give
even
yourself
on
a new fully charged one instead of waiting for that one.
Radio check.
It's coming in anyway. As soon as it starts beeping and
What the
Zeus
fuck was
starts
that?
complaining about it, I'll go grab it.
Hello, unknown call sign. This is 10. Say again, call sign over.
If I grab the console and bring it over here...
Radio check 13 Delta. Sorry, I was trying to radio check 113 first.
So,
10. Okay, out.
We are miles away, so...
Have you got the thingy on you right now?
No, it's over where we was, so I'm gonna let it land. I'm keeping an eye on it. As soon as it lands, I'm gonna go grab it and then I'll TP myself back.
No.
Bunch.
Just give yourself a new one.
Oh, that's one hell of a piss he's taking.
It lands and it beeps, and whenever it beeps, all Zeusers can hear it.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Until someone picks it up. So the
Okay,
idea
I'm just
is,
gonna make
if
the
you
plan.
really want to piss a Zeus off, you call it in, make it land, and then just leave it there and walk off and forget about it. So all the
Sounds like a
Zeusers
great
hear it. Beep,
1.
beep, beep,
2.
beep, beep.
10, this is 11. Briefing ready to move over.
I believe on Hill 3 Aidsville,
Yep.
there's a small wood
1
block.
Charlie, wrong.
Between there
One
and
Charlie.
Hill 3
Briefing
8
ready
there's
to move over.
sporadic tree cover. There's no
10.
snow.
A-firm. Out.
I need to end up giving myself both the tablet and the Samsung.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of going to do in a moment. I'll give
Do
you...
you mind dropping me one as well, please?
Yeah, I'll give you... I'll put a couple in my bag and I'll just hand them out.
Yeah,
I've
thank you.
already got 'em.
What, a
Oh, it's
Samsung?
nearly landed. Wait,
I don't
if you need
use
me, I'm on net.
Banch. Just because you were away for a bit longer than I thought you would be, if you look at the map, I'm just making the plan for you to brief.
That'll kill you.
Hold on.
I hope so.
Oh, I need a new mouse.
Welcome back.
Yep.
So basically, we're going to ingress on Perish.
10, this is 13 Charlie, just waiting for one member to come back from toilet break. Over.
Man, 348 was northeast.
10. A-firm. Out. Basically, going to land in all that order like so, as per the markers. So be 1-3 first in. Basically, it's going to be a combined push to the east. 1-2 be in the centre. 1-3 will be on the right-hand flank, and then 1-1 will be along the road. Basically, 1-1 will then push up into this SBF position to provide flanking fire, while the other 2 sections push further forward. They are then to push to FRV. Once they've secured this area, 1-1's going to come in, and then we'll FRV here.
10, this is 13. Already. Over.
Bring in the sections for a briefing.
10 Bravo, Roger, after you, hello Charlie, Charlie 1, this is 10 Bravo, move to my location for briefing, out.
We've also got Foxtrot 5-2 now, so I've got that. Let's get them in.
Have we got a rearm? Is that something that's been done?
They should have had plenty of ammunition. They've not called in, they need a resupply. It's their responsibility to do so.
Now? Have the GPMGs been entered?
Right.
I think there's different ones.
Yeah, they're not updated.
Yeah, also, by the way, Peach,
I'll find out later if it's actually allowed.
Sarge should Kelly be with that. Kelly's now joking.
Good.
Right. Ban.
Is everyone here?
Jones.
Waiting for.
It's Gilly then, we're waiting for.
Yeah.
So FSG, I think, will have this running with 1-1. Support them on the SPF.
Hello 13 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo, waiting on you on our position, out.
13 on my way, just had to run a half marathon over.
10 Bravo, Roger, out. Welcome, Gilly.
Imagine if we had stamina.
Oh yeah. Right, Banch, far away.
Yeah, so...
Actually, hold on. Peach! Over here for the briefing, so you can relay to pilots.
Right, so pop up on your maps, move to air assault over here. We'll be coming in air assault in Afghan call sign. as marked here. It will be a coordinated assault, all sections moving together. So 1-3 is going to take the southern side of the enemy FOB, pushing through, making sure that no QRF comes in from the south. 1-2 will be assaulting the FOB straight through, and 1-1 will be moving through this road here and into this position on hill 5753, with Foxtrot 5-2 providing support when needed. Once 1-2 and 1-3 push through up to here to the FRB, 1-1 will push through from the north to the FRB, and we'll have a stop of exercise to have another feedback session, so to speak. Any questions?
Is all of this not forest? Because obviously this isn't for the HLS.
Yeah,
this has already been recce'd.
Things, so
I mean,
yeah,
this though, like the bit where it is that forest or not?
No, so the image I have, basically from the road here,
yep,
up until the enemy fob is all open. It's got sporadic tree cover. Hill 3-8, I believe, has a small wood block on it. There's like another couple of small wood blocks along the way, but it's mostly open.
Right. Yeah, so I will need 1-1 and 1-3 to provide extra smokes for 1-2's assault with UGLs as well.
We've got a little bit of a ridge anyway.
Sorry, just a little bit more info. This sort of region here has got tree cover, sort of along the darker patch of green here.
Mm-hmm.
That is tree cover.
Cheers.
Roger that, thanks. Jones, you were saying?
Can I get a fresh piece of AT, but more low on smoke used than in the last assault. When it comes to this point, when they're clearing through, do you want us to hold the road, act as a blocking force until 1-2's properly pushed through, then move up to the high ground? Or do you want us to move up pretty sharpish once we've cleared up our
once you clear the road, move up pretty sharpish so that, 1-3 can see the south, you can see the east, and 1-2 can push through, and then we all meet up at FRB.
Okay, cool. And I've got basically FSG next to me as well.
Yep. Now, do not move, I'll give you some smokes.
I was gonna say, Bench, just confirm you want the detachment following 1-1, yeah?
Yep, for now.
Okay, that's fine.
Will 5 be enough, Jones?
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
Cool.
What?
Have you guys made a decision where we're going?
Yes.
No,
Yep. Parish.
We're going home.
We're going to HLS Parish.
User left your channel.
Okay. Did Peace give you the intel?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Pelly, where are the airframes?
In the field where
Okay.
they told us to land them.
Yeah, cool. Which one's aircraft number 3?
They landed in order, so 1 through 3.
So 1 is at the front and 3 is at the back, correct?
Yes.
It's actually on the map, numbered 1, 2, 3.
Crystal?
Not at this HLS. Those airframes here, not at that AO.
Over there, you.
Thanks for your input.
Ah, that would.
Crystal.
Yes, Jones.
Fanch, I've just lost my GPMG gunner.
All right. Well, again, you're going to be moving up with FSG, so got your support, and you can move aside if you need to.
So.
Right.
Yep, just making you aware.
Sections, you know which numbers of airframe you got. So the numbered front one will be 1, and the rear one will be 3. You know which airframes you are. Brief you guys. 1 minute. Move over to the Griffins.
Perry, you're in Griffin 1, Chumley 2,
Right,
Sid
Ben,
3. I'll
if you want to
take
go for the middle one, I'll go for front one.
as well.
Yep.
Was that information given as well about the fact that Harris is the one that's going to get the most shot at the airframes?
That was not conveyed.
What's up?
What's the assault angle that we're taking into the
I guess it's been already
area?
Do that again. Did you
What's
say
the assault plan for
Okay,
the
Banj, it's going to be a bit hairy, I think.
South, north, east, west?
Make sure you're on the minigun.
Yeah. Can you not hear me?
Oh, choice.
Alright, gentlemen, so here's the plan of action.
I can hear you.
Lead airframe will be
So you just fucking ignore me then?
middle 2 and then...
Hold that for a moment.
He stuck me in the lead airframe on purpose.
Who was doing lead to go in that aircraft, so I believe that was Venom.
Actually, what am I doing? Evening, gentlemen.
Beach, are we coming in from the north or from the south?
What? Wait.
Are we coming via north or south?
I think we'll probably be coming in from the southeast based on the order.
Yeah, I don't need from the south. Roger. We're gonna... 1-3, briefed and ready. Out.
There we go. Right hand side seat. Lovely.
Yeah. So right side is gonna be the fun side.
User left your channel.
Alright, so
I'm not, sadly.
Right, whichever friend you guys want me on.
Make sure you keep the spacing good and make landing quick. And then
3.
Alright.
Middle with me.
Yep, no Delta left.
What do you mean? I'm in middle. Okay. Well, middle with the 3 of us then. Fine. He needs to go in the middle because he's koi signaler.
Banj, if you go number 3 and get the gun.
Fine.
All them.
Oh, hi, Phil. Oh god, the left
There's
already someone on the gun here.
Are you in the right, Chopper?
Right, number 1. Jones, it's good?
Yep.
It's fine, I'm fine.
Yep, we're all good.
Anyway.
Probably gonna get shot.
The last
on the move. I was under the impression
yeah, look at the map. Have a look at the map. We'll be able to see grid.
Charlie 1, this is 10 Bravo. Be advised, we are going to land within range of contact. Expect heavy contact on landing. Out.
Expect heavy contact on landing. See we're pushing up to the road. Basically, once you kind of hit the main part of the compound,
yeah, I did say
up with FSG to take the high ground. Yeah, prepare to die. Once you put your boots are on the ground, keep your head low and then try to face yourself sharply, try to see facing the contact. Look, we have SSGs with us, so we don't actually have that much fire.
Wait, sit.
Yeah?
I said you get into helicopter 3. Why are you in 1?
This is 3.
I mean, it's not, it's 1-1.
1-1.
Charlie, helicopter Bravo, reminder for all engineers to load white smoke to cover 1-2's assault into the FOB. Out. Charlie 1, this was 10 Bravo. Confirm all sections in airframes. Over.
1-1 in out. 1-2 all in out.
1-1 in. 1-2 heard. 1-3 nothing heard. Out. 1-3 all in. We're all in.
Dust.
It's gonna look at. I think you can fly. Uh-oh! What do you have?
I enjoy having frames back. Yes? No.
Alright, so, who are my gunners for today?
It's Bill.
Alright, which side, left or right gun?
Right side.
Alright, right side. On approach, we're going to be the one that most lead. There'll be a technical on the road. If it starts to spread us, that's your main target. The rest of them have got, the other helicopters have got their targets for what they're going after.
Roger. Technical, main road.
Yeah.
What type of technical is it?
Just technical with a GMG on the top.
Toyota Hilux.
Oh, that looks like a technical.
Yeah. No. We're landing facing north.
Wait, Ellie, did you say you had a GMG? Right, okay, got you.
So yeah, Archer, you'll be distracting the technicals or anything if you can. Just cover and I'll advise you.
Push yourself around Charlie. All gun blast.
Taking Irish.
1-0 Bravo, be advised, all door gunners be prepared to suppress the enemy positions as soon as they are in range. All sections acknowledged, over.
1-1 is down.
Adjusting heading slightly right.
1-2 for amount.
Inbound to the area.
But you want it dropped in front of 1-2, yeah?
And slowing down to 200.
Yeah, you're at the element at the front, very north.
1-1 and 1-2 heard, 1-3 nothing heard, out. 1-3, Rog, out.
We're going to drop into crap test smoke in front of 1-2 to do our low cover.
No ice technical.
I can answer. Right.
Charlie 1, this is 1-0 Bravo. Safety's off, BTS, out.
Oh crap! Bloody patrol on the road.
Bring on a minigun.
Charlie 1, this is 1-0 Bravo. Push through to your positions and start the assault. Additional pop smoke for 1-2's assault, out.
Mag dump, 3 men dead.
Zero message.
5-2 Bravo, send your message over.
5-2, you'll see your marker on the map. You'll push north. Get eyes out. Over.
Tier 3.
5-2 Bravo, Roger. We'll get eyes on the road once we're on our marker. Out.
Situation good on one side.
Same for 1-3.
There's a hot landing on 1-2's position, but we are moving.
Hello.
Hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo, sit her up, over.
1-2, assault on the compound now, over.
Zero Bravo, roger that, out.
Jonas in the firefight, put a tourniquet on it and just keep moving.
It's in the head.
Call 1-1 switch 5 HE.
Yeah, correct. 221. Murphy and Hall both down.
Bench, call switch fire, HE for 1-1.
Say that again?
Call 1-1, switch fire, HE.
Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. Switch fire to HE.
No.
Over.
Switch fire on HE, as in stop doing it.
Roger, last out.
1-1 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. Do not fire HE. Do not fire HE. They're friendly forces inside the compound. Over.
Hello.
Guess I didn't notice.
Already ceased. Out.
There was a smoke screen.
10 Bravo, this is 1-1 Charlie in contact northeast in out.
Somebody find out if there's any more members of 1-2 up, because this consultant's got fucking stalemate.
Hello, any 1-2 call sign. 10 Bravo, message over.
This is 1-2 Charlie, go ahead. Over.
10 Bravo, what is your situation? Over.
We are moving through the compound now. Over. In contact.
10 Bravo, roger that. 5-2, any assistance? Over.
Send your message over.
Yes, please. That would be an idea. Over.
Unable to. 10 Bravo, roger our position. Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. Send 1-time fire team into the compound from the southeast. Leave the other part of your section watching northeast as a cutoff
Let me down.
element. Over. 1-3.
Peach on me, Peach on me. Moving up. Power clear.
Tier 2, I'm going to be tier 1 in a second.
Right, Peach,
Roger,
stabilise.
pull back to me if you can.
I'm currently in the compound.
Roger, 1-2 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. You have 1-time fire team from 1-3 moving to your position to assist. Out. Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo, sit rep, over.
User joined your channel.
1-1, pushing up onto our final position, taking contact possibly rear at this time, licking our wounds. Over.
10 Bravo, roger that. Out.
You're good down there, Peach? Right. Additional iron tier 2 as well, lost a lot of blood. Stabilise though.
Hello, 10, this is 1-2 Charlie. Compound appears to be clear. Over.
10 Bravo, roger that. In that case, continue on your tasking, move to FRB. Out to you. Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. Get your fire team back to original position. Keep moving east as well. Out. 1-3, roger. Out.
Do I have? I don't. I thought I was could give you some skill if I can.
Break, tactical coming in. Out. This is 1-1 Charlie. Technical dealt with. Out.
Fucking lost.
Hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. Are you ready to move now? Over. Train on that way out.
Hello, 1-1 Delta. You've got 1 tier 1 over.
10 Bravo, roger that. Stabilize them, carry them with you to your marker.
left now.
Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. You're cleared to start moving along with 1-2. Make your contact, clear it out. Over. Report, over. 1-0, send over.
1-0, 1 times enemy section to northeast. Dealing with now, over.
1-0 Bravo, roger that. Use your second fire team to flank as your first fire team fixes, and then move on according to plan. Over.
Roger, out.
Hello, 1-0 Bravo, this is 1-1 Charlie, message over.
1-0 Bravo, send over.
Peach, we got hind in the air, hind in the air.
1-1 Delta, we've got another 2 times tier 1.
2, this is 0, feel free to take
0 Bravo, roger that, sending medical to you. Out.
5-2, roger that.
Yeah, well, can you go see how 1-1's doing, over?
No, I'm still dealing with the casualties from 1-2.
Roger.
Also, I have radioed FSG to take out the hind.
Thank you.
What do you need to know from 1-1, Bench?
Say that again?
What do you need to know from 1-1?
Fighting strength, yeah.
Right, section status, okay.
Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. What is your section status at this time, over?
One Charlie, I've got 4 times up at this time, setting up positions overlooking the southeast area.
0 Bravo, roger that. As your medic is down at the moment, use Foxtrot 5-2 to help you out. Out.
Gibbons, as FYI, you're still back in enemy position just in case they drop artillery on you.
Yeah, roger, mate. There's just me and at least 3 times tier 1s.
Yeah, roger.
Can we just, like, magically heal them at this point?
Yeah, might as well. Additionally, we could actually get some platoon medics, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, for platoon medics, both just radio so they couldn't, well, both messaged me and said they couldn't be here today.
052, Mr. River.
Send it over.
Hind has been hit, moving up to the 1-1 marker now. Out.
What the fuck?
Say again, over.
I just hear fucking...
5-2 struck the hind, we're moving up to the 1-1 position to
We got a live one, we got a live one. Let's get him captured. Right, Banch, de-arm him, I'll stabilise.
Alright, interactions, open inventory.
Deal with the contact. I'll deal with this.
Take the RPK. There we go, de-armed. That hind's still airborne.
The second one, unless they didn't shoot right.
Charlie 1, hind overflying us.
Oh, I'm really glad you guys know this time is down,
Mr. Bravo, roger. Foxer 5-2 should be dealing with
5-2, roger.
1-0 Bravo, this is 1-1 contact report, over.
1-0 Bravo, send over.
1-1 Charlie, we have a danger close contact to our north. Foxtrot 5-2 and us are dealing it. We're taking multiple tier 3s, 2 tier 1s still at this time.
Order
1-0 Bravo, roger that, out to you. Hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. Move to 1-1's position, assist them with the enemy contacts, over.
I did it, out.
1-0, roger, out.
I was going to suggest pull one out, then let Foxtrot 5-2 provide basic fire while they flank attack, but that way works as well.
Thank you.
But I've got the benefit of I could talk directly to Foxtrot 5-2.
Yeah. Actually, we're going to need 1-3 watching that way.
Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this was 1-0 Bravo. Move to your new marker at FRV. Out.
By the way, Gibbons, I got 1 time CPAs.
1-3, acknowledged, out.
Roger, mate.
Oh, bloody hell, we're quite far away. Still.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. You're doing great.
1-0,
1-0, this is 1-3, contact report over.
1-0 Bravo, send over.
1-0, 1 times enemy section to our northeast. Dealing with now, over.
0 Bravo, Roger, out.
Send it over.
5-2, be advised we've got a section coming in from the northwest
so-
of 1-1 to marker, bearing 333, about 200, 300 metres out.
A little bit. So basically, we're
Roger,
going to
engage
extract.
at your
So,
will. Out.
look at the map. What do you think?
Spill, we've got a section coming in northwest from 1-1 to marker at this time.
Enemy section coming in northwest of 1-1. Roger.
1-2 in contact, we are.
1-1 Charlie, this is 1-0 Bravo. You have an enemy section coming in from northwest. Please liaise with Foxtrot 5-2 to set up a defensive position while 1-2 moves to you. Out.
Peach.
1-1, what's lost out?
Yeah.
I need a organised hot extraction at HLS extract at grid 063 break 127.
1-0, Charlie, contact report over.
1-0 Bravo, send over.
1 Charlie, me and Murphy pushing towards the rest of our section. Just got lit up by a pilot, but we
Grid 062 break 127.
1-0 Bravo, Roger, well done. Out.
062-127. Roger.
Banj, break contact with the platoon, try and get them to that HLS. They're going to do a hot extract.
Roger. Hello, Charlie, Charlie 1. This is 1-0 Bravo. Prepare to pop smoke towards the enemy positions and move to HLS extract at best speed. We will be doing a hot extract, therefore,
Peach,
break
ETA to
contact.
helicopter.
Break contact and
It's only just radio in it, mate.
ASAP. Out.
So probably like at least. I would be surprised if it was here. It was under 5 minutes.
Oh,
Well, I mean the helicopter's back at base.
yeah, it doesn't take 2 minutes to get
Importantly, you left me dead. You left me for dead still.
I mean, I'm not. You're not my responsibility. You're Gibbons' responsibility.
Yeah, call your own fucking helicopter then.
Okay.
Sure. No, but more importantly, I've asked for a Chinook. Winner 2-3, Seagull, say again, sorry.
Roger, we've got 1 times Chinook standing by. Let's
1-0 Bravo, this is 1-1 Charlie. Do you want us to start withdrawing over?
Peach, get it spooled up and then
1-0
get
Bravo,
on the air.
as mentioned, break, enemy MBT on the road, moving west. Prep AT and take it out.
Peach, MBT T72 on the road, arch requested. It's been dealt with, but I thought Archer was already in the air, but okay.
That was a pretty good shot.
Right, T72 dealt with, priority extraction.
Charlie 1, this 1-0 Bravo, tank is dealt with, move at best speed to extraction point. Out.
Which HLS are they extracting from? Oh, extracting.
All you need is in law.
5-line tasking, let me know.
Slava you clearly.
Pexis 1-1 Bravo, ready for 5-line tasking, send or?
1-2-3 5-line tasking is as follows. Platoon extract ingress from the southeast. HLS extract grid 062127. Mark will be blue smoke and egress will be south RTB.
Hello 1-1 Charlie and 1-2 Charlie, liaise and do a bounding movement away from the enemy positions.
That will be platoon extract, ingress from south.
1 Charlie, moving first.
HLS extract 062127, Mark will be blue smoke, egress south RTB, and it will be a hot extraction, Lexus 1-1.
2-3.
All you need is in love.
Ingress ESAP. Right, Chili's on the way. I've told him to land.
I did just realise that we're actually quite far ahead of the platoon.
Yep. I mean, 1-3 is like right over that hill anyway, so.
Yeah, they're here now.
We're fine.
And it's still moving its turrets. We fired again.
Right, they're coming now.
1-2 set out.
God, I need to get some plasma in me. I'm just going.
Come here.
No, come here.
I'm desperately needing to leave and go to bed, so
Hello, 101 Charlie, message over.
get you as far as the extract on the ground.
Zero Bravo, send over.
1 Charlie, gain close contact left, enemy section over.
Zero Bravo, roger that. Out to you, hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. Help out 1-2 with the contacts, over.
1-1 Roger last, out.
Right, for
There
that.
you go, you got a leader coming in.
Bench. So for that, 1-2 just came to contact. You want to keep the T with the
train contact way
withdrawal. So basically what you want to do is say, okay, 1-1 give cover and fire, and then 1-2 perform withdrawal, and then basically tell them individually to coordinate a bounding withdrawal together. That's what I would do.
That's what I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't say that. You just said 1-1 help 1-2 out.
Oh yeah, but I told him to coordinate a withdrawal like
Yes. Yes.
early.
No, you did. Yes. But what I mean is because you left that open to what that means. Could that mean like, oh, I'll put sit and shoot at their enemies?
Right. Gotcha.
That's what I mean. You want to keep them moving.
I'd recommend you do a loop of the fucking LZ.
Oh, they're still moving though. Well done.
Roger, I thought ASAP meant we're behind schedule, but fair enough.
You do realize that 1-3 is in contact just south of you, yeah?
No, I didn't. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, he's just on platoon comms.
Ah, alright, my bad.
So so if you're not radioing him
Right.
directly, he won't know.
Bench. Get 1-2 and 1-1 here ASAP.
Right, the helicopter's here ready to pick us up. I've told them to do a loop of the HLS. Shall I tell them to go hold elsewhere?
No, continue doing a loop.
Nope.
We'll amend
Oh, Charlie,
personal
Charlie 1, this is
ingress
10
and
Bravo.
change of
The
plans.
helicopter
We will
is
be
on
ingressing from the
station.
southeast. We'll be ingressing
Pop
from
smoke,
the
double
position
time
we
it
are
to
once
extraction
we finish our
zone
circle.
to your marked positions. Move now, out.
2, 3, roger that. Be advised there are.
Hello, 1-3
enemies
Charlie,
currently
this 10 Bravo. Assault from the enemy positions. Over.
Roger, be advised, Archer is also on
1-3
station nearby.
acknowledged, out.
Actually, Peach, can we get the HLS here? Just move to this field here.
Alright, 5-2 on the move as fast as I can. Same as me.
Roger.
Bench.
Yeah, what's up?
HLS has moved about 200 meters forward. Readjust your markers.
Central Base, this 1-1.
Widow 2-3, are you happy with the last minute HLS changed? Great.
Charlie 1, this is 10 Bravo. Your new markers are set up. HLS has been moved closer
Last
to your
minute HLS change
positions.
061-127 can be done. Pegasus 1-1.
Widow 2-3, great. When do you want it?
Peach, are you aware that it's moved, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
You want me to suppress it from
Bill.
around?
Stand by. Stand by.
Stand by. Roger. Pegasus 1-1.
30 seconds,
This is
Peach.
Widow 2-3. Cancel. Wait, is it 30 seconds?
Peach,
So you could probably pop
listen to
smoke
me.
and call him in now.
Stand by.
Right.
The guys are almost at their extraction.
Gibbons, cancel.
Works in 3, do you copy my last?
Widow 2-3, say again last.
Do you want us to put some suppressive fire down in the area that you guys have just
Tier 2 about to go tier 3.
Widow 2-3, negative. I have
Bench gets up
no
to
idea
HLS.
where the friendly troops are at the moment.
I have friendly troops, they are all on the southern side of the road. We can put fire down on
Got
the
you
side
a
of the road.
friend, huh?
Peach, all friendly forces are within 100 meters of your current position. You are free to engage.
Roger.
Okay. Widow 2-3.
Bench, get
option
1-1-1 to
1-1.
position ASAP.
As long as you can PID the
Hello,
enemy, you're
1-1
clear to
Charlie and
engage.
1-2 Charlie. Sit rep on withdrawal. Over.
Make sure you don't bring your fire within
1-1 Charlie,
meters of us.
Delta Fire Team set up in position. Charlie Fire Team moving now.
Peach,
Over.
Yep.
call in a HLS extract.
10 Bravo, roger that. 1-2 Charlie.
Over.
1 Charlie,
Central Pegasus
continue
1-1.
withdrawal. Just
Which
right
three?
into
We're
fire on the enemy's target. Over.
Roger, Pegasus 1-1, ingressing Poplar Smoke.
10 Bravo, roger that. Pop extra smoke. Start moving out to you. 1-1 Charlie, provide any supportive fire that 1-2 needs to get to their position ASAP. Over.
1-1 Roger last out.
Bench, have 1-2 line up next to the blue smoke. They're going to board first just because they're there.
Hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 10 Bravo. Line up next to the blue smoke. You will be boarding up first. Over. Charlie, rush that out. 1-1 Charlie and 1-3 Charlie. Maximum firepower towards last known enemy positions. Now, out.
I don't know if it'll let me do CPR on the plane. It will. Cool, I'll do CPR.
Yeah, it should let you do CPR.
Oh, look, if I ain't seen you all night.
Oh god, not you.
Yeah, kick him out, kick him out. No.
Alright, okay.
I've got to nip out, so.
I jumped the helicopter, so medics will stabilise them again so we can land.
Yeah, hold on.
Good luck to anybody who's recording.
Yo.
So is everyone taking the second in the middle?
Who thinks this?
Yeah, I agree. The spoon in half. Don't know heart rate on nails. Nope.
Charlie 1 Bravo, after B-Bus, form Airborne. Next to their friend, Kitty, out.
they're dead.
No, we got middle latest
Right, platoon stand by.
Eastern
1-1.
European thing.
1-1 D-bus. 1-2 stand by. 1-2 go. Alright, 1-3 D-bus. Trigger that.
1-2 1 out for size. 1 times 2 1 out.
Your rear man. What's the rear? Oh, there's color on my screen.
Beats in my heart. Right, chaps, listen in. Good up tonight. We did some good air mobile and air assaults there. Last one was nice and spicy, nice and quick, nice push throughs, and a nice bit of fight through as well. So look forward to hearing your debrief. You are free to disconnect. Index.